The quiet of the morning is something special. It's not the silence that comes from an empty house or a world still waking up. It's the profound stillness that allows you to hear your own thoughts, unfiltered and uninterrupted. For older men who find themselves living alone in their later years, this calm can be a source of unexpected solace and renewal. What might first seem like loneliness can, with the right perspective, transform into an opportunity to embrace a life defined by autonomy and self-discovery. The shift to living alone after decades of shared spaces can be a significant one. Perhaps it's prompted by the loss of a partner, children moving out long ago, or simply the desire to chart a new course independently. For many men, the prospect of solitude in their 60s and beyond can seem daunting, even overwhelming. Yet, for those who lean into the experience, it often becomes a deeply enriching chapter of life, one where they rediscover themselves and the world around them. One of the most surprising gifts of living alone is the freedom to structure your days however you please. Without the need to compromise or cater to the schedules of others, every decision becomes entirely your own. If you ever dream of lingering over a cup of coffee for as long as it takes to finish the crossword, or spending the entire morning immersed in a book, this is your chance. Living alone offers the freedom to embrace the small pleasures of daily life without guilt or obligation. It's not just about having time. It's about owning your time in a way that might have been impossible during earlier stages of life. This freedom extends beyond the day-to-day and into the broader canvas of life. Retirement, often seen as a period of rest, can instead be a time of reinvention. Living alone provides a unique opportunity to explore personal interests and passions without external judgment or constraints. Perhaps you've always wanted to paint but never picked up a brush because it seemed impractical or frivolous. Or maybe there's a foreign language you've always meant to learn but never found the time. When you live alone, these pursuits are yours to embrace fully. The quiet of an empty house becomes the perfect backdrop for creativity and growth. Of course, the prospect of being alone can also bring moments of self-reflection that are as challenging as they are rewarding. There's no one to distract you from your thoughts, no one to shield you from the weight of past choices or regrets. But this unfiltered introspection can be a path to profound healing and self-understanding. It's an opportunity to revisit old wounds, celebrate forgotten triumphs, and chart a path forward that's grounded in a deep sense of self-awareness. Many men find that this kind of solitude allows them to redefine their identities, no longer shaped solely by their roles as partners, fathers, or professionals. Instead, they become fuller versions of themselves, enriched by their experiences and the wisdom that comes with age. Physical space plays a role in this transformation too. When you live alone, your home becomes an extension of yourself, a canvas for your personality and priorities. Whether it's a collection of records you've always loved, a workshop where you tinker with projects, or a garden that reflects your patience and care, every corner of your space can reflect who you are and what you value. Decorating and arranging your home to suit your taste is more than just a practical exercise. It's an act of self-expression that can be deeply satisfying. Living alone also fosters a renewed sense of self-reliance. From managing finances to maintaining the household, every responsibility rests squarely on your shoulders. While this can feel overwhelming at first, it often leads to a powerful sense of accomplishment. The ability to care for yourself in a comprehensive way, from cooking meals to fixing small repairs, is a reminder of your capability and independence. It's proof that age is not a barrier to competence or vitality. The transition to living alone may also deepen your connections with others in unexpected ways. When your home is your own, you get to decide when and how you engage with the outside world. For many men, this means cultivating more intentional and meaningful relationships. It might be catching up with an old friend over lunch or building a community through shared hobbies. When social interactions are a choice rather than a constant, they often become richer and more fulfilling. This first phase of living alone as an older man is not without its challenges. It requires an adjustment period, a shift in mindset, and a willingness to embrace the unknown. But it's also a time of extraordinary possibility, a chance to live life on your own terms, to rediscover old dreams or forge entirely new ones, and to appreciate the beauty of your own company. The quiet, after all, is not an emptiness to be feared, but a space to be filled with whatever brings you joy. The transition into living alone often comes with the gift of rediscovery, a gradual awakening to the nuances of life that might have gone unnoticed in the busy years filled with family, career, and shared responsibilities. Part of this rediscovery is learning to find joy in simplicity and a deeper connection to oneself and the world at large. As you settle into this new chapter, one of the most significant revelations is how the absence of constant noise, both literal and metaphorical, allows you to better hear your own inner voice. Living alone fosters an environment where self-reflection becomes second nature. The moments of quiet are not mere gaps in activity, but opportunities to ponder your values, goals, and the kind of life you wish to lead. For many older men, this period of reflection leads to a profound shift in perspective, a focus on what truly matters. You begin to understand that fulfillment isn't necessarily found in grand achievements, but in the beauty of everyday moments. In these moments of quiet, you might find yourself drawn to hobbies or passions that had once been relegated to the background. There's a certain magic in picking up a guitar that's been collecting dust or revisiting the stories you've always wanted to write. With no one else's schedule to consider, you have the freedom to devote hours to these pursuits, immersing yourself fully without interruption. It's not just about filling time. It's about investing in yourself and the things that bring you joy. Living alone also allows for an extraordinary sense of autonomy in decision-making. Whether it's choosing what to eat, how to spend your day, or even planning a solo adventure, every choice is entirely yours. This level of independence can feel invigorating and empowering, especially in a world that often assumes older men are less capable or less engaged with life. This autonomy is a reminder that age doesn't diminish your ability to lead a fulfilling, self-directed life. In fact, it can enhance it. Travel, for example, becomes a deeply personal experience when undertaken alone. No longer are you bound by someone else's preferences or timelines. You can choose destinations that speak to you, whether it's a quiet mountain retreat, a bustling city you've always wanted to explore, or return to a place that holds special memories. Solo travel fosters a sense of adventure and self-reliance, reminding you of the strength and resilience you've carried with you throughout your life. It's a chance to see the world through your own eyes, unfiltered by the expectations or opinions of others. This phase of living alone also presents an opportunity to foster a more mindful relationship with your physical and emotional well-being. With fewer distractions and obligations, you can dedicate time to nurturing your body and mind. This might mean taking up yoga, going for daily walks, or learning to cook nutritious meals that you genuinely enjoy. Physical health becomes not just a necessity, but a form of self-care, a way of honoring the years you've lived and the years still ahead. Equally important is the care you give to your mental and emotional health. For some, solitude might initially feel isolating, but it can also serve as a catalyst for personal growth and emotional resilience. Without the constant presence of others, you have the space to process your feelings, confront lingering fears, and come to terms with the experiences that have shaped you. Journaling, meditation, or simply allowing yourself to sit with your thoughts can be transformative practices, helping you to navigate this chapter with a sense of peace and purpose. Living alone also provides the perfect backdrop for cultivating deeper and more meaningful connections with the people in your life. Paradoxically, solitude often leads to a richer social life, not in terms of quantity but quality. When your time and space are your own, You have the freedom to choose relationships that truly nourish you. This might mean rekindling old friendships, forming new bonds through shared interests, or simply spending more intentional time with loved ones. The absence of constant companionship at home makes these moments of connection all the more special, allowing you to fully appreciate the joy of human interaction. For many older men, this period of solitude becomes a time to explore spirituality or deepen their understanding of life's greater meaning. Whether through organized religion, personal meditation practices, or simply spending time in nature, the quiet of living alone often invites introspection on a grander scale. You might find yourself contemplating questions of purpose, legacy, and the impact you wish to leave behind. These reflections can be deeply fulfilling, providing a sense of clarity and peace that enriches your daily life. The physical environment of living alone also takes on new significance. Your home becomes not just a place to live, but a sanctuary, a space where you can fully express yourself and your needs. You might take up gardening, transforming your backyard into a place of beauty and tranquility. Or perhaps you'll create a workshop where you can tinker, build, and create to your heart's content. Each corner of your home becomes a reflection of who you are and what you love, offering comfort and inspiration in equal measure. While challenges are inevitable, the rewards of living alone often outweigh them. It requires a willingness to embrace change, to see solitude not as a void but as a canvas full of possibility. This period is not about retreating from life, but stepping into it more fully, armed with the wisdom of experience and the freedom to shape your days as you see fit. For older men, this chapter of solitude often becomes one of the most vibrant and fulfilling of their lives, a chance to rediscover themselves and the world around them in ways they never imagined possible. The journey of living alone as an older man unfolds into a chapter of life that many describe as liberating and deeply fulfilling. As the initial adjustments give way to comfort, a sense of balance emerges, a rhythm that aligns perfectly with your personal needs, preferences, and desires. This newfound independence often reveals aspects of yourself and life that may have been overshadowed in the company of others. It's a time to embrace both the practical and the philosophical benefits of solitude, while continuing to grow in unexpected ways. One of the most profound advantages of living alone is the ability to cultivate self-discipline and responsibility. With no one else to lean on for daily tasks, you develop a stronger sense of accountability for your well-being and surroundings. It might mean becoming more attuned to managing household chores, maintaining the garden, or ensuring that bills are paid on time. While these responsibilities may seem mundane, they serve as constant reminders of your capability and independence. Every small accomplishment becomes a quiet victory, reinforcing your confidence and autonomy. This self-reliance often extends into decision-making on a larger scale. Living alone gives you the space and freedom to make choices entirely based on your own needs and aspirations. Whether it's deciding to downsize and move to a more manageable home, investing in a long-term project you've always dreamed about, or even making plans for the future with your well-being in mind, these decisions are yours to navigate without compromise. The clarity of mind that comes from solitude allows you to weigh your options thoughtfully and with a focus on what will bring you the most joy and peace. The physical space of your home continues to evolve into a sanctuary, a place of comfort, creativity, and rest. Over time, you may find yourself more attuned to what truly makes you happy in your environment. It could be filling your walls with artwork that inspires you, creating a cozy reading nook where you can spend quiet afternoons, or organizing your living space in a way that feels both practical and personal. This intentional approach to your surroundings can transform your home into a true reflection of your personality and priorities, making it a space where you feel not just comfortable but genuinely happy. Living alone also opens the door to a renewed relationship with time itself. Without the constant demands of others, your days are yours to structure and enjoy. This autonomy allows for a deeper appreciation of the present moment, a chance to slow down and savor life in ways that may not have been possible before. Whether it's taking a leisurely morning walk, preparing a meal with care and intention, or simply sitting in the quiet and enjoying the stillness, these moments become rich with meaning. Time becomes less about productivity and more about quality, allowing you to focus on what truly matters. This deeper appreciation for life often brings a greater connection to nature. Many older men find solace and inspiration in the natural world, whether it's tending to a garden, walking in a nearby park, or simply sitting outside and listening to the sounds of the environment. Nature offers a sense of grounding and peace that complements the inner stillness cultivated through solitude. It reminds you of your place in the world, offering both perspective and a profound sense of belonging. Living alone also encourages you to build a more intentional and fulfilling social life. While solitude offers many gifts, it's balanced by the importance of meaningful connections with others. With no social obligations imposed on you, you're free to choose relationships and activities that genuinely enrich your life. This might mean joining a local group or club centered around your interests, volunteering your time to causes that resonate with you, or simply spending quality time with family and friends. These connections become all the more valuable when they're sought out of genuine interest and desire, rather than obligation. Another often overlooked benefit of living alone is the opportunity to embrace vulnerability and growth. Solitude provides a space to confront fears, insecurities, and even long-held beliefs about yourself and the world. It's a chance to address unresolved emotions or challenges and to emerge stronger and more self-assured. This process of self-discovery can be both humbling and empowering, reminding you that personal growth doesn't stop at a certain age. It's a lifelong journey. As you grow more comfortable with living alone, you might also discover a renewed sense of purpose. For some, this comes from pursuing hobbies or passions that were set aside in earlier years. For others, it might mean mentoring younger generations, sharing your knowledge and experiences in ways that leave a lasting impact. Whether through creative pursuits, acts of kindness, or simply living authentically, this sense of purpose can bring immense satisfaction and joy. There's also the undeniable pleasure of embracing life on your own terms. Living alone allows you to be unapologetically yourself, free from the expectations or judgments of others. You can indulge in the things that bring you happiness, whether it's watching a favorite movie late into the night, cooking a dish just the way you like it, or taking up an unconventional hobby. This freedom to be yourself, without compromise, is one of the greatest gifts of living alone. The final and perhaps most surprising realization for many older men who live alone is the sense of peace that comes with it. Solitude, far from being a state of loneliness, becomes a source of contentment and fulfillment. It allows you to reconnect with yourself, to embrace the richness of life, and to appreciate the quiet beauty of the everyday. It's not a retreat from the world, but a way to engage with it more deeply, with clarity, purpose, and joy. As this chapter of life unfolds, you come to see that living alone is not about isolation, but liberation. It's a chance to step into the fullness of who you are, to live authentically and intentionally, and to discover the incredible possibilities that come with this unique stage of life. Living alone as an older man is often seen through a lens of apprehension, but it's clear that this stage of life holds incredible potential for personal growth, fulfillment, and independence. Through the journey we've explored, from rediscovering passions to creating meaningful connections and embracing life on your own terms, it's evident that solitude can be a rich and rewarding experience. Living alone doesn't mean being alone in the world. It means having the freedom to define your days and focus on what truly brings you happiness. Of course, I know this lifestyle isn't for everyone. For some, the idea of too much quiet feels like an itch they can't scratch. And that's okay. Whether you're thriving in your independence or just curious about what this kind of life might look like, There's value in reflecting on the possibilities. Maybe you're inspired to try a new hobby, rearrange your home, or simply take a walk and enjoy the stillness of nature. These small changes can spark joy and remind you that every day holds the promise of something special. Speaking of which, let's take a moment here to recognize how much wisdom and experience older men bring to the table. You've been through so much, built careers, raised families, navigated challenges, and you're still standing. That resilience is something to be proud of. Living alone gives you a chance to tap into that strength and focus on your own well-being, creating a life that feels genuinely rewarding and free of unnecessary compromises. And hey, if you've made it this far, I want to thank you for spending your time with me today. It's always a pleasure to share thoughts and ideas, and I hope you found something valuable or inspiring in this discussion. If you did, don't keep it to yourself. Remember to like this video, share it with others who might enjoy it, and subscribe so you don't miss any future uploads. There's so much more to explore, and I'd love to have you join me for the journey ahead. Take care of yourself. Embrace the opportunities that each day brings, and never underestimate the power of living life in a way that feels true to you. Whether you're savoring the calm of a quiet morning, trying your hand at something new, or connecting with others in meaningful ways, remember that this chapter of life is yours to write. Thank you again, and I hope you have a truly wonderful day ahead. Until next time,